Yes, it is me, Market Vendor here again today. Well, you see the colors, those that watching it on video, you see those colors behind Market Vendor, those ties. Those are the national colors of Trinidad and Tobago, a place that I love a lot and a place I spend a lot of my early childhood in and even some of my adulthood in. Now, you see me, Market Vendor. When I hear that story earlier this week about the fella that gets shoot, and, went to a football match and thing, ain't involved in nothing at all, according to the family, But somebody, they're going to take out somebody else there, and he happened to be what you would call the collateral damage. Get rushed to the Port of Spain General Hospital, And while they being taken out to the tray of the vehicle, the gunmen had followed the people carrying them to the hospital, and began to shoot up the place from two directions, killing 4 people in the process, including one of the Good Samaritans who had gone to do and help this person to try to keep this body alive. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the brazenness, the boldness of these criminals? The lack of care, the lack of a conscience, the lack of humanity, the feeling, Every time you think it can't get no worse, somehow the crime in that beloved country seem to be getting worse and worse. And more Trinis run into Barbados. Let me tell you, I don't blame them neither, because I would do the same thing too as well. But I can't relate to this thing at all. Something got to be wrong. I know when they walk up on Gary Griffith and I ain't getting in with the business, but let me tell you, he had the solution to the problem when he was the commissioner of police. So why we don't use the assets that we got? It's only a simple question. I know the answer already. Politics, boy, them things will get in the way. But that won't save lives, does it? I remember the days when Market Vendor, being in Trinidad, growing up and spending all my time down there, I used to sit down by the street there, so outside the house in number 30 down Donald Street, when down there so was residential, without fear of anything. When we used to go to the beach at Las Cuevas or go out to Mayaro, no security guards, no nothing, and spend the weekend out there at a beach house that a family member had. I remember those days. I remember when I was working down in Port of Spain and living in St. Anne's in a place called Alaneto Apartments. And at 4:30 in the morning, Market walking down some very, very dark and lonely streets. I'm getting into a route taxi with 4 or 5 other men. Don't know them from Adam, but feeling real comfortable. Getting out in what was then Independence Square, now Brian Lara Promenade, and walking up Abercrombie Street to 610 Radio. I remember that. Easy so. Never once in my life ever did I feel threatened or in fear of anything or anybody. Those were the days. I remember going on the Venus up to Laventille, walking all the way up with the church members. You think Market Vendor would do some of them things today? No. Something got to be wrong. I mean, getting better, I'm getting worse. And we didn't have all the things that we got today. So what exactly has happened and why it is that we can't wrestle this thing to the ground? 4 people dead. Just so, you just shoot up, follow the injured person that you already shot to the Port of Spain Hospital, and right outside the accident and emergency bay, open fire upon them. What this is at all? The Wild West? I am only a Market Vendor, and I'm asking questions. It might be a little uncomfortable for some people. They might want to tell me, Market, but you don't mind your business and stand out of Trinidad and Tobago business, But I remember those days. I remember the days when I could go up by the family in Mondo Road in Champlain, and just casually get in any taxi to carry me right up to the top, get out and walk round the side of the hill to the family house, without fear at all. These are different times we living in, people. And cursing Market Vendor, ain't going to solve the problem for winner. When I got to deal with it, and I got a lot of politics in it, clearly. I'm only a Market Vendor gone for now. You have a blessed and a wonderful day. You hear? Loss.